Here's the analysis result for the guy you filled out the survey for. The result? C minus. This guy is below par. He has some issues to watch out for. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He's much better at talking about success than actually working for it. You might hear a lot of bold plans and exciting stories about what he wants to do. But when it comes to putting in steady effort, he falls short. If you're hoping for someone who will steadily rise and make a mark in his career, he's likely to let you down.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he won't usually have a big angry outburst or panic openly. Instead, he tends to keep his feelings inside and may distance himself, quietly withdrawing and not sharing what's on his mind. He isn't the type to bounce back quickly with solutions or energy.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
He's not usually involved in loud fights, but people at work may see him as distant or a bit cold. He doesn't go out of his way to help others or show kindness, and his blunt way of speaking can make colleagues uncomfortable or even upset sometimes. He's more likely to keep to himself and not be anyone's favorite teammate.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
He's unlikely to feel proud, but his response won't be dramatic either. Instead of celebrating your achievements, he might pull away quietly and act uninterested. Don't expect lots of praise or happy excitement from him.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he probably won't start a fight or show strong jealousy. However, he's likely to keep his feelings inside and quietly distance himself. This isn't about you doing something wrong. It's just hard for him to deal with feeling left behind.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He doesn't really pay close attention to money matters. You might find that he's not very organized with his spending and doesn't keep track of where the money goes. He doesn't set up budgets, and small bills or savings plans can slip through the cracks.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He tends to stretch beyond his means and might act like he's richer than he actually is. He enjoys nice things and prefers experiences that let him show off his taste or ideas, but he doesn't always check if he can truly afford them. This can lead to money troubles, especially if there's pressure to keep up appearances.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He isn't very open handed or generous either with his money or his kindness. He can seem distant and doesn't often go out of his way to help or support people. You may start to feel overlooked or wish for more warmth and sharing in the relationship.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He's likely to be secretive about money rather than open and honest. You may notice that he avoids talking about finances and doesn't like sharing details about his spending or savings. He keeps his cards close and might even leave you guessing how much he really has or where the money goes.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's not very interested in housework and won't take the lead or insist that it's just your job, but he also won't step up to share it fairly. Most chores will end up falling to you simply because he isn't likely to notice them or care much about keeping things tidy. He doesn't put effort into routines or organizing the home, so you might end up feeling alone in managing daily tasks.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's much more likely to stand on the sidelines and watch rather than get his hands dirty. When it comes to chores or caring for kids, he may help by offering advice or pointing things out, but he won't take real action. You'll probably be the one actually doing the work while he sits back and comments.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He's not very interested in understanding your side. If you share your feelings or viewpoint, he's more likely to keep to his own ideas and may even argue just to show he's right. Instead of listening and trying to work things out together, you'll find him stubborn and focused on his own opinion.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he won't usually shout or act out in obvious ways, but he may still say things that feel blunt or cold. Instead of lashing out, he often goes quiet, keeps his feelings inside, or pulls away without much warning. If arguments are important to resolve kindly, you might feel hurt by his distant and sharp style.
Does he have a bad temper?
He does not get angry very quickly. He's more likely to go silent or withdraw than explode. You won't often see sudden outbursts or loud fights, but this doesn't mean everything is healthy. His way of handling problems, going quiet and avoiding them, can leave you feeling alone, confused, or even hurt.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
He finds it hard to say sorry or take responsibility when something goes wrong. Instead of owning up to his mistake, he's more likely to avoid the topic or quietly let you handle the problem. He may not blame you directly, but he also won't offer a real apology or try to make things better.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
He may not always understand or fully respect your boundaries, especially if they get in the way of what he wants. He's not very sensitive to other people's feelings, so you might need to be very firm and clear for him to take you seriously. It's important to stand your ground and repeat yourself if needed.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
Yes, he's quite likely to take it personally if you're not in the mood for intimacy. If you say no or want space, he may act distant or withdrawn, sometimes seeming hurt even if you've explained yourself. He won't shout or cause drama, but the silence or coldness will let you know he's unhappy.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
You should be careful, as he doesn't always show the kindness or thoughtfulness you'd hope for in private moments. While he might not go out of his way to hurt you, he also isn't likely to protect your feelings or keep things private if there's a disagreement. If trust and gentle care matter to you, this might not be his strong suit.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is easily distracted by other women and may not be the most faithful partner. You might notice him flirting or showing interest in others, even when you are together. His focus shifts quickly, and he doesn't always consider how his actions could hurt you.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
He's not very overpossessive, and you likely won't see strong jealousy or controlling actions. Instead, he tends to keep his distance and doesn't get involved deeply enough to closely watch what you do or who you talk to. Though this can mean more freedom for you, it might also leave you wishing he cared a bit more about your life.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature isn't really a sign of a controlling personality. In fact, he doesn't show much protectiveness at all and is more likely to stay distant than try to control you. While this means you won't feel trapped or watched, it might also make you feel alone or unsupported at times.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He's unlikely to see parenting as a team effort and will probably expect you to do most of the work. You'll find that he steps back from daily responsibilities, leaving the tasks like feeding, teaching, and comforting mostly to you. With him, raising children can feel like a one woman job.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will usually stay calm, but not necessarily in a comforting way. He won't lose his temper or shout, but he might pull away and avoid dealing with the problem altogether. Instead of helping the kids understand what happened or offering comfort, he's likely to become quiet and leave you to handle the situation.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He isn't likely to actively support you in your role as both a mother and your own person. He doesn't show much interest in encouraging your goals or helping out with family duties, leaving you with most of the load. You'll probably feel left to handle everything on your own without cheering or teamwork from him.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later after kids and marriage change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
He isn't the type to support your career now and then suddenly ask you to quit after you have a child. In fact, he's not very involved or opinionated about your work at any stage. He doesn't push you to succeed, but he also doesn't expect you to give up your job later.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He's unlikely to show real warmth to your parents. Instead, he may just act polite on the surface, if at all. Don't expect friendly conversations or meaningful bonding, as he doesn't naturally reach out or make an effort to build relationships. If family closeness is important to you, this could leave you feeling disappointed. He isn't likely to adjust to your family or put in effort to fit in.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will usually handle it by stepping back and avoiding the situation rather than reacting strongly or making things worse. He won't start fights or add drama, but he also won't help you solve the problem or comfort you when you're upset. You might find that you have to handle the stress on your own because he prefers to stay out of family matters.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
He is not likely to expect you to be a traditional supportive wife in front of his relatives, but he also won't actively support your modern choices. He tends to let things be and won't step in to defend or explain you if his relatives have questions or wants you to change. This may feel lonely if you're hoping for a supportive partner in family matters.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he will most likely stay out of it instead of supporting you or siding with his family. He doesn't jump in to defend anyone and prefers to avoid conflict by withdrawing or keeping quiet. You may find yourself handling tough situations alone without his backup or comfort.
Say you have a conflict with his mother. What will this guy do?
He isn't a mummy's boy who always takes his mother's side, but he also won't step up and choose your side in a conflict. Instead, he tends to stay silent and uninvolved, avoiding the problem instead of facing it. You'll likely feel alone in sorting things out as he doesn't make strong choices or stand by anyone.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
He's not likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He tends to keep things to himself rather than open up about his relationship at home. This style can leave you feeling alone as problems are rarely discussed or solved together with others.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
So, after all that analysis, we can conclude that this guy is a C minus. This guy is below par and he has some serious issues to watch out for. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out will often feel lonely and one sided. You'll likely be the one making the effort to keep the home running, care for the kids, and hold the family together while he drifts in and out, focused mostly on his own interests.